Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 11 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that a lot of fans are very much confused or worried about this movie or apathetic towards it because of what they have heard or what they have seen in various TV spots and trailers and teasers, etc., etc. And a lot of fans are just very skeptical about this film and whether or not it really is going to deliver. Now, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm would be tapping more into Jedi and Sith lore in The Rise of Skywalker, as well as exploring brand new Force powers that we have yet to see in, of course, the Star Wars movies. Now, one thing that, of course, is going to expand The Rise of Skywalker is the official novelization of Episode 9, which will explain a lot of more elements related to the core characters in this story, as well as some of the legacy characters. Now, with that being said, Disney and Lucasfilm has a big plan in place in order to expand the Star Wars canon, not just with The Rise of Skywalker, but also with the official novelization connected to the movie. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Kylo Ren is said to make his way over to the world of Exegol, where he is said to be in search of the very depths of the dark side. This is where Kylo Ren is said to make his way down the base that belongs to Palpatine on Exegol, where he will come across many secrets related to Palpatine that Sidious kept locked away for years. Now, it's said that in the upcoming novelization of The Rise of Skywalker, due for release in March of 2020, it will unveil a specific revelation about Mace Windu. The novelization is set to unveil a vital secret that Palpatine has stored inside of his base on Exegol, where it's explained that he owns the holocron of Mace Windu. The holocron of Mace Windu is said to have been created sometime after the events of Revenge of the Sith, which could imply that Mace Windu survived the fall after and later developed this holocron. However, there is something valuable within the holocron. Mace Windu's thoughts are also to be stored within this device, which revealed a vital secret to Palpatine, and that is the location of an unknown star system over in the unknown regions that holds a potential to create a new generation of Jedi, a brand new generation of Jedi that would pose a threat to Palpatine's new Sith Empire. Now, this is all said to be stored in the holocron, which revealed a vital secret to Palpatine, and that is the location of this unknown star system that holds this potential to create a new generation of Jedi, where the star system is said to not be too far from the world of Exegol. However, Palpatine never got a chance to make his way to the planet, since he was not done constructing his new Sith Empire. The holocron of Mace Windu is said to be in the shape of a large cube that glows in a blue hue that Palpatine owns, that this will be explained in the novelization of Episode 9 in March of 2020, which will drop a major hint that Mace Windu survived the fight against Darth Sidious. This particular moment in the book explores how Palpatine views Windu's device as a treasure for the opportunity to prevent the Jedi from ever returning at all, and that by wiping out this star system he will be successful of ruling the galaxy forever. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about The Rise of Skywalker is that we do know that this movie is going to unveil different types of lore that the fans have never seen before in the Star Wars movies, the books, the novels, any kind of canon material out there that has been done by Disney. Now, the thing about this that I think is going to excite a lot of fans is that this is implying, once again, that Mace Windu survived the fall on the skyscraper of Coruscant when he was fighting Darth Sidious in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So the thing about Episode 9 here is that not only in the film, but also in the official novelization, it will drop a lot of hints related to this. Now, my big problem with this is that why in the world would Disney and Lucasfilm reveal something like this in a novelization about the revelation of Palpatine owning Mace Windu's holocron? And that this holocron was developed sometime after Order 66, which would obviously imply that Mace Windu survived the fall, and also matches up with what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, about Disney and Lucasfilm in the talks to develop a Mace Windu TV series for Disney+. So with that being said, this particular scenario, alright, in the actual upcoming book due for release in March of 2020, it goes over how Palpatine owns Mace Windu's holocron. Now, the actual holocron contains the many thoughts of Mace Windu, and one of the thoughts is, of course, the discovery that Mace Windu actually came across, that is the location, the secret star system that holds an entire population of Force sensitives. These Force sensitives are said to be located over in the unknown regions, not too far from the world of Exegol. Now, in case you guys are tuning in just right now, the world of Exegol is said to be Palpatine's brand new planet in the actual movie. It's said to be a dead planet full of lightning storms constantly, and that it's said to be right near the Beyond, which is, by the way, the most powerful Force nexus there is out of the entire galaxy itself, and is said to be the location of the origins of the dark side, and exactly where the galaxy really started once it was created by the Wills, who are godlike beings. Now, the thing about this is that Mace Windu's holocron being developed after the events of Order 66, once again, another major hint that Mace Windu survived after all, after the events of Order 66. However, it's noted that some years later, Palpatine was able to send his Sith loyalists to find Mace Windu and to actually obtain his actual holocron, which could imply that Mace Windu died a couple of years after Order 66. Now, there's no doubt about it that Disney and Lucasfilm, they like to bring back dead characters from what it seems, right? Palpatine is the latest example of this, where Palpatine is coming back in The Rise of Skywalker, you know, how he fell to his own death, apparently, in Return of the Jedi, only to come back alive and well in Episode 9. So, the thing about that is that a lot of fans are very skeptical with how Disney is going to handle that and how they're going to explain that. I actually went over this not too long ago, that the full explanation of Palpatine's survival will not be done in the actual movie, and that is also being saved for the official novelization, which I honestly believe is a big mistake. I think that's a terrible mistake by Disney and Lucasfilm. I don't know what they're thinking, but that's exactly what they are doing with Palpatine's survival. They're only going to touch on it a little bit in the movie, but they will explain it fully in the actual novelization next year. So, that's that. Now, the other thing is this, is that when we look at The Rise of Skywalker, this movie does have quite a lot going for itself. A lot of fans are very worried about this movie, very apathetic toward the film. I still believe it's going to be better than that of The Last Jedi, without a doubt. But based on a lot of the changes that they made in August, September, and October throughout all the reshoots and the rewrites, it really seems like that this movie really isn't heading in the right direction, right? So, the fact that a lot of these revelations will be unveiled in the Rise of Skywalker novel, I'm not quite sure how fans are going to really take that, because not everybody reads the books, the comics, etc., etc. A lot of fans like to just watch a Star Wars movie and get right down to it and just learn about everything there is related to the Star Wars lore by, of course, you know, Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, the other thing that I do want to tap into is that Mace Windu actually is said to hold onto this holocron inside of the base on Exegol. Now, in case you guys have no idea what this base really is on Exegol, this base that Palpatine has in The Rise of Skywalker is actually a dark temple that once belonged to Snoke's master, who was actually called Nile Ren. Now, mind you, that Snoke, the original version of Snoke, used to live on the world of Exegol after his own master, Nile Ren, went over to the Beyond and never returned. Now, there are going to be Snoke clones in the very beginning of this movie, apparently. It's going to be very interesting, but at the same exact time, it really seems like JJ's escape of explaining exactly why Rian Johnson had to kill off Snoke so very fast in The Last Jedi by slicing him into two. So the last thing I just want to say here is that, you know, this movie, we're just weeks away, not even weeks away, we're days away. We're 11 days out, and we have the premiere in 2 days over in Japan, and on the 16th we have the premiere over in Los Angeles. A lot of new reactions by a lot of critics and reviewers out there are going to start surfacing on the internet, so keep an eye open for that, some of which will be truthful, some of which will not be truthful, so just keep an open mind with those reactions by the critics of The Rise of Skywalker. So, yeah, with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.